Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. First things first, if you're watching this video, go ahead and drop a like, drop a sub, and drop a comment as well. Now, a little bit of business before we begin this video. I was unable to record for a couple of days due to some technical difficulties with my recording software, but we are back now, and during that time, I did create an office within my room. So there may be a slight echo for the time being, but we're going to work on that going forward. So today, I'm actually going to bring you guys my preview for the 2021 Prague Pro, as well as my top 5 predictions, I believe. And also, you guys should know that Fuad Abiyad and Melissa Bumstead will be hosting this show. So I don't know if it's a paid live stream or not, but you guys should definitely get the live stream if it is available. So you guys know how we do it over here at Go Fitness. I'm only going to be going over my front runners in this show for the preview. So the guys who I believe are going to be in the top 5. So you guys can take a look through the competitor list, pause the video. For some reason, Reagan Grimes' name is not on this list, and I've heard that Jamie the Giant Johal won't be competing. That's not 100% yet, but I do know that Reagan Grimes will be competing in this competition. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the first athlete we're actually going to take a look at is going to be Raphael Brandow, and these were updates from about 2 to 3 days ago. I believe he was depleted and flat here, so don't think this is how he's going to look on stage, guys. The last time he competed was the 2021 Europa Pro, I believe, and he actually placed third, but he beat out Reagan Grimes and Samson Dowd in that show, but he lost to James Hollingshead, who won that show. And I forget who was in second place. But that's very interesting, guys, seeing that Reagan and Samson are both in this show. And Raphael has beaten them before. And I hope he has added some size to his frame. But I'm not sure. And you guys will see a little later why I have him placed it. But very aesthetic physique, man. Also another guy from Brazil. Bodybuilding is growing in Brazil at a very fast rate, man. They have such passionate fans for bodybuilding. But Raphael has a great physique, man. I'm very excited to see what he's going to bring to the stage. Hopefully he's added some size since the last time he's competed. And the next athlete we're going to look at is Samson Dowda. And, man, Samson is knocking on the door, man. Second place at the Arnold Classic UK to Nathan D Asha, where he actually did beat Nathan at prejudging. Third place at the Yamamoto Cup. Arguably could have placed second. Rolly Winkler was in second, and he definitely was off. Up to third place at the KO Squad Egypt Pro, where he placed third to Reagan Grimes and Moshe Bun, which arguably he could have beat Moshe Bun at that show and placed second, man. But I'm glad that Samson is keeping going. And as you guys know, he's working with Milos, and Milos probably is another factor why these guys compete so much. Because you guys know, I believe in one season, Milos competed in pretty much every show that was open to compete in. But I'm glad that Samson didn't stop, man. And I know you guys have probably been seeing Moshe Bun was actually very upset with his placing at the KO Pro. It's a little bit off subject, but I feel like Moshe Bun should have also showed up to this Prague Pro if he wanted redemption. But I'm very excited to see what Samson is going to do, man. And I'm glad he's keeping going and not letting his placings, even though he may have felt like he placed higher, I'm glad that he's not letting it get to the best of him. And he's just agreeing with the judges and moving on to the next show. And next, we actually have the winner of the KO Squad Egypt Pro here, Reagan Grimes. And this update was about a day ago, maybe 2, but we're not going to have to worry about if Reagan Grimes is going to come in condition. Of course, another guy that's working with Milos. And Reagan and Milos, they're definitely hitting a stride, man. Reagan has so much potential, and I feel like Milos is just bringing that out. Reagan has made improvements since the Olympia, like I said before, that some bodybuilders may take a year to make. Even though it's just some conditioning improvements and posing, I'm actually very excited to see what Reagan is going to bring after he has this offseason. But going into this show, I feel like Reagan definitely has a pretty good chance of winning it, man. Reagan placed 15th at the Mr. Olympia. He placed second at the Legion Sports to Sean Clarita, where he arguably could have won that show. And then he won the KO Squad Egypt Pro. But I'm actually going to make another video, guys, because keep in mind Reagan placed 15th at the Mr. Olympia. And you see how well he's doing all of these shows. Granted, he was working with Milos that made him a lot better. But where I'm going with that is Reagan placed 15th at the Mr. Olympia. So imagine if pretty much any of the guys ahead of him would have continued to do some of these shows in Europe and how they would have done for their career, their notoriety, and in general just making some money, man. So just think about that, guys. There may be another video coming up for you guys, but excited to see what Reagan Grimes is going to bring to this stage. Do you guys have him winning this show? And the next athlete we're going to take a look at is actually going to be Nathan D Asha. Now, I believe Nathan is actually coming in off 3 pro wins. I know Nathan won the Arnold Classic UK, where Samson Dowda placed second. Nathan also won the Europa Pro or Europa Spain, where he beat out Rolly Winkler. And he also won the Yamamoto Cup, where Rolly Winkler placed second and Samson Dowda placed third. So Nathan definitely, I think that's the most pro wins this season. I know Ian Vayer had 2 and then a second place at the Arnold Classic, and Nick Walker as well had 2 wins. But Nathan, man, we're really just excited to see what he's going to do once he comes over and competes in the Arnold Classic Ohio and how he does at the Mr. Olympia stage. I'm pretty sure he could be a very high placer. But Nathan is probably going to be the favorite for a lot of people to win this show, man, just because he's on such a tear. And it doesn't seem like Nathan can be stopped. But you guys will see where I have him placed. I think you guys will be surprised. And the last athlete we're going to take a look at is actually going to be Rolly Winkler. So I'm hoping that Rolly comes in condition. I'm hoping Rolly is getting better. But I think I told you guys in my Olympia prediction video, that was the last gift I was giving Rolly. And I think I gave Rolly like 6th place in my prediction video because I was hoping for him to come in better. So going forward for Rolly Winkler, I'm not going to be able to give Rolly any more gifts. If he doesn't come in as the Rolly we know, then in my videos, I'm just going to have to actually report on what's going on. I'm hoping that we get to see the 2018 Rolly Winkler, but at this point, I can't keep just putting it out there. But Rolly, I'm rooting for you, man. Please bring it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my predictions for this show, and I actually have Rolly Winkler in 5th place. As I just said, I don't believe that Rolly is going to be able to do enough to bring back the 2018 Rolly or the Rolly that we all know. I'm hoping that he's able to prove me wrong, but in this show, I believe that Rolly will place in 5th place. Arguably could place 1 spot ahead, but I have him in 5th. And in 4th place, I have Raphael Brandow. Amazing physique, man. A lot of potential, but I don't think he has put on enough size to compete with some of these guys yet. He may be able to edge out of Samson Dowda. And I know this pick here, he is flat, but in my personal opinion, I still think he need a little more size. So I have him in 4th. And in 3rd place, I have Samson Dowda. And Samson placing ahead of Raphael is a win because Raphael did place ahead of him last year. And I believe Reagan also beat Samson. So Samson beating Raphael is a win in my book. And I know Samson probably won't be too happy with his placing, but honestly, he just needs to have an off season just like Reagan Grimes and put on a little more size because he pretty much has everything he needs. He just needs to put on a little more size. So I'm going to take him in 3rd place. And in 2nd place, we have Reagan Grimes, who arguably could win this show. I believe he definitely has one of the best backs in this show, but I still think Reagan needs a little more size, man. But amazing season he's had, and as well, all he needs to do is just have a great offseason. I'm excited to see what Reagan and Samson are going to do under Milos coaching this offseason. So I'm going to take Reagan Grimes in 2nd place. And winning this show and taking his 10th IFBB Pro win, I have Nathan D Asha. And honestly, man, I don't even think it's going to be close. I believe that Reagan Grimes can challenge Nathan from the back, but that's only 2 poses, from the front and from the side. I don't see any competition, man, unless Nathan just comes in crazy off. Nathan is about to get his 10th pro win. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about the predictions. Let me know in the comment section below if my sound setup is trash, because I do feel like it's echoing a little bit too much. But you guys let me know below. I hope you did indeed enjoy this video. Like, comment, and sub. I'm out.